Hi, sweetheart. Welcome back. We're going to talk about the quiet drift, how we lose ourselves without even realizing it. Have you ever had moments where you're like, why am I even doing any of this? We show up because we care about them. But in the quiet cracks of our life, we sometimes find ourselves questioning if all the effort, all the time, all the energy is even worth it. You might have heard the analogy of the person climbing a ladder, a long, tall ladder, and getting to the top and realizing it was sat against the wrong wall. And a lot of us have that fear in the background of, am I even climbing on the right ladder? And is it even leaning against the right wall? That's not even where I want to be. This isn't the view I asked for. And this can be in relationships, in our career, our personal goals and aspirations. I know when I was a young mother, I would spend many hours trying to perfect my craft. I was a writer for a popular science blog, and I was doing a lot of research, reading a lot of abstracts. It was topics I was really excited and passionate about, and I also just wanted to do a great job for my editor. It was a newer site at the time, and it was important to me that I did a great job. And I was putting in so much time and energy into my work. And I was recognizing that time and energy that was going into my craft couldn't go into my children simultaneously. And I was sometimes seeing them as a bother and a nuisance. And around that time, I got this really profound, let's call it a download, an insight, a satori moment of, wait a second. Am I trading in diamonds for pebbles? Because it sure feels like it. And why am I doing it? Why? Why am I neglecting the most important human beings in my life to impress my editor and impress my readers? And I realized it was because I was getting positive feedback from my editor, and I was getting positive comments online. I was being read by millions. My articles were often picked up by major media outlets like Reuters, USA Today, PBS, and I felt important and seen and valued. And at home, when I'm changing a kid's diaper and I'm getting yelled at, and I have a partner who doesn't seem to appreciate everything I'm trying to do to make our lives better and to show up as a contributing partner in the relationship. And I'm not even saying that's true. That was how I felt at the time. I think a lot of young mothers who are also trying to grow their career can relate to that. Do we all feel that? When we're young parents and we're trying to do everything we can to help around the house and show up for our employers and show up for everyone in our lives, and something's got to give. And I realized what was giving, in my case, was the most vulnerable part of my life. It was these little kids who couldn't really complain. And they couldn't really show me appreciation because they were just sweet, little, innocent angels that I had brought to this world, and obviously it was my responsibility to care for them. And they showed me their appreciation in hugs and kisses and I love you, mommy. But at the time, it didn't feel like that could compete with, wow, you're an amazing writer. Wow, will you join this think tank? Wow, this literal billionaire wants to meet with you and discuss a project. That was giving my ego a huge boost. And at home, even though it was what my heart wanted, I wasn't getting validation. And slowly that was causing a drift for me. This is going to be a longer conversation, a 3-part series. So the only thing we're going to be discussing in this first module is the drift and why it happens. And in my experience and what I've witnessed in others is it happens because we're seeking external validation and we're not listening to the needs of our heart. We're not listening to what the soul desires. We're listening to what the ego is getting feedback that makes it feel important. Because the ego wants to feel like we matter, we're seen, we're valued. And in terms of authenticity, what really brings us joy when we step outside of the external gaze might look radically different than what we think is bringing us happiness or meaning or fulfillment, because we're addicted to praise. We're addicted to validation. When we were younger, it was a survival instinct for mommy and or daddy and our caregivers to be proud of us and to see value in us. It felt like a matter of life or death. And we grow up feeling like our value is tied to the external world and how we're seen and how we're perceived. And what I found is that when we develop an internal sense of validation, an internal knowing of our inherent worth, that's when we're able to unhook from the external gaze, from the external validation that can be setting us down a path or up a ladder against a wall where we never meant to climb, where we never meant to end up. And we'll talk about that more in the next episode. The what, where, hows, and whys, and how we find our way back, how we return to our authenticity. I love you so much. Thank you for being here.